My name is Daniel, and I never imagined betrayal would become the central chapter of my life. If you had asked me a year ago, I would have told you I was happily married. My wife, Clara, and I had built a life together over 8 years of marriage, and I thought our foundation was unshakable. We had our disagreements, our ups and downs, like any couple, but I trusted her. I believed she was my partner, my safe place. I thought love was enough. I was wrong. The night everything fell apart began like any other. I stayed late at work, buried in reports, and when I came home, Clara wasn't there. That wasn't unusual. She often said she was out with friends or busy with errands. But something felt off that night, though I couldn't explain it. I ate alone, watched some television, and tried to convince myself I was being paranoid. Around 11, my phone rang. The caller ID showed an unknown number. When I answered, a shaky male voice asked, "Are you Clara's husband?" "Yes," I replied cautiously. "This is City General Hospital. Your wife has been admitted. You should come immediately." The words knocked the breath out of me. My hands trembled as I grabbed my keys. I don't remember the drive to the hospital, only the blur of traffic lights and the pounding of my heart. When I arrived, I was directed to a room. There she was, Clara, lying pale and fragile, tubes attached, machines beeping steadily beside her. My chest ached at the sight. What happened to her? I asked a nurse urgently. The nurse hesitated, her face uncomfortable. She collapsed after an emotional incident. She's stable now but still weak. Before I could ask more, the door opened. A man stepped inside, disheveled, clearly panicked. His eyes landed on Clara, then on me, and his face drained of color. Clara stirred, her lips parting. She whispered his name. In that instant, the truth struck me harder than any blow could have. This was not a stranger. He was not a friend. He was her affair. My world caved in. My knees nearly gave out as I realized the betrayal. Clara, the woman I had trusted completely, the woman I had vowed to share my life with, had been unfaithful. And now, her lover was standing in the room where she lay in a hospital bed. The man muttered something about leaving and slipped out, leaving me drowning in silence. Clara's eyes filled with tears. "Daniel, please let me explain." But I couldn't. My throat was locked. Rage and heartbreak tangled inside me until I thought I might explode. Without a word, I walked out into the hallway, needing space to breathe, needing space to survive the weight of what I had just discovered. I spent the night in the hospital waiting room numb. My mind cycled through memories of Clara and me together. Holidays, late-night talks, laughter, dreams of the future. Were those moments real? Or had they been lies, masking secrets she thought I'd never uncover? By morning, her family arrived. Her mother ran to me, her face worried. "Thank you for being here for her," she said. But soon enough, the truth came out. Clara confessed in broken words and sobs that she had been seeing someone else. That guilt and stress had crushed her until her body gave way. Her parents turned to me, their eyes full of pleading. "Daniel, she knows she's made a mistake. She needs you. Please don't leave her now." Her father added gravely, "Every marriage faces storms. This is one. You can overcome it if you choose forgiveness." But I sat silently, my jaw clenched. They didn't see the war inside me. They didn't feel the stabbing images replaying in my head. They hadn't heard her whisper another man's name with her last bit of strength. Over the next days, the chorus grew louder. Friends, relatives, even the doctor offered variations of the same advice. Forgive her. Don't let go. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone begged me to forgive. But no one asked how much it had destroyed me. When Clara was strong enough to speak, she tried to hold my hand. Tears rolled down her cheeks. "Daniel, I was lost. I was stupid. But I never stopped loving you. Please don't throw everything away. I'll spend the rest of my life making this up to you." Her words twisted like a knife. I wanted to believe her. I wanted to cling to the hope that love could erase betrayal. But deep inside, something had broken beyond repair. When Clara was discharged, I drove her, but not to our home. I took her to her parents' house. Her mother looked confused as I carried her bag in. "Daniel, what are you doing?" "She'll stay here," I said firmly. My voice was steady, though my heart pounded. I can't do this anymore. Clara's sobs filled the room. She reached for me, begging, promising, swearing she would change. Her parents pleaded again, urging me to reconsider. I turned to them, my voice low but sharp. Everyone wants me to forgive. But no one asks how I'm supposed to live with what she did. No one asks how I'm supposed to erase the image of her with someone else. Forgiveness doesn't erase betrayal. And I can't pretend it does. With that, I walked out. The weeks that followed were unbearable. Nights were the worst. I lay awake, haunted by memories of the life we shared, the love I thought was real. Friends called me heartless. Relatives suggested I was being cruel. Her family reached out repeatedly, begging me to reconsider. But here is what I learned. Forgiveness cannot be demanded. It is not an obligation. It is not a bandage you place on a wound still bleeding. Forgiveness is a choice, one that requires healing. And I wasn't healed. I was shattered. Months later, Clara wrote me a letter. She poured her heart into it, apologizing, confessing her regret, swearing that the affair had been meaningless and that she would give anything to undo it. I read the letter. My hands shook as I folded it. Then I set it on fire. Because I realized I could pity her. I could even wish her peace. But I could never go back. Trust, once broken, does not mend overnight. Love, once poisoned, cannot be purified again. Everyone begged me to forgive. Everyone thought forgiveness was the noble path. But sometimes the noblest thing is to walk away. And that's what I did. Years later, people still ask me if I regret it. My answer is always the same. I regret that it happened. I regret that the woman I loved chose betrayal. But I don't regret refusing to forgive. Because I chose myself. I chose dignity. I chose to stop living in the shadow of betrayal. And if that makes me heartless, then so be it.